I've started online teaching, and I'm going to share the top 10 things that I've found most useful so far. You don't have to make everything from scratch. There are plenty of resources online, and you can help other teachers by sharing what you already have. The time you save can be spent making yourself more available to your students. The educational researcher Daniel Stamford has split online teaching according to intimacy and bandwidth. In an interview, he said the following: "I like to encourage my faculty to start their online course design process by imagining how they'd structure each week's assignments and activities using only the tools in the green zone. Setting these types of strict limits at the start can make it easier to identify creative solutions. It also helps ensure that when you're ready to consider tools in the other quadrants, you're more conscious of the trade-offs that come when moving from the lower left to the upper right areas of the chart. Don't overwhelm your class with multiple online resources and platforms. Send one or two things at once. This helps with organisation, and it also makes the learning process appear more manageable. Let your students know how to contact you, and also tell them when you finish work. Not only does this protect your time, it helps prevent your students feeling forgotten when you're off duty. Non-verbal feedback is difficult to evaluate online. You could ask your class which online lesson they found most useful last week and why. Not only does this improve your teaching, it will make your students feel more involved in the learning process. Questions and answers can be difficult to coordinate during a live online meeting, especially with 25 people. One option could be to use a discussion board where students can write their questions and you reply with your answers. This also makes online questioning more accessible to less confident students. During a lesson, pose a question that all students should answer on the discussion board. This way, you can easily record the number of active, contributing participants. MOOC stands for Massive Open Online Course. You can challenge your top students to complete a MOOC on a subject they find interesting. For example, here's a chemistry MOOC on a website called FutureLearn. In 2006, a book called Results Now by Michael Schmoker suggested that in 85% of classes, only 50% of the students were fully engaged. This is likely to be more significant online. One way to challenge this is called chunking. Split your lesson up into 5-minute chunks. After each chunk, ask your students to complete an independent task. This gives your student time to digest the new material and also gives them the opportunity to ask questions. Remember that positives and negatives are particularly polarised online. Take every opportunity to give praise, it gets appreciated and it goes an especially long way. Thanks for watching.